try to find the sunny side of life.
Hi, I'm Harry Marks, and this is Let's All Go to the Lobby, your introduction to the film you're about to watch. Our final film of Easter week is both an Easter film and a Passover film. It stars Charlton Heston as Moses, who saves the enslaved Hebrews from the Pharaoh, played by Yul Brynner. From Cecil B. DeMille in 1956, this is The Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments is a partial remake of DeMille's 1923 silent film of the same name. This newer version jettisoned the modern story of the original, about two brothers who lead opposite lives, one following the teachings of the commandments, the other an atheist. DeMille was a devout Christian, as well as an anti-union, anti-communist conservative. He had actually conceived of his original Ten Commandments film while attending his hometown church. And his refusal to participate in unions, like the American Federation of Radio Artists, affected his ability to work in certain mediums from the 1940s onward. But he still had films, and The Ten Commandments was perhaps his most ambitious one yet. An impressive 14,000 extras were hired, along with 15,000 animals. Coordinating all of this required a literal army of crew members, including 88 assistant directors and 200 Egyptian cavalry soldiers provided by the government. But not everything could be done practically. For certain effects, DeMille turned to John P. Fulton, head of the special effects department at Paramount. Using rear projection combined with white Brit smoke, he was able to achieve the impressive shot of the sky darkening behind Moses as he begins to part the Red Sea. As for the parting itself, that was the most elaborate and difficult effect ever captured on film up until that time. It was accomplished using Paramount's massive water tank, which was filled with 360,000 gallons of water. A U-shaped trough was inserted down the center, separating the water to create a path. The water was filmed rushing over the sides of the trough, which was played in reverse to show the sea parting, then played back normally for when Moses closes the sea over Ramses and his men. To get the effect of the undulating walls of water as Moses and his people crossed between them, the water rushing into the tank was filmed sideways and superimposed over the image, creating the sensation of backwash. In the end, the parting of the Red Sea was a composite of multiple different shots to create what is still considered today to be one of, if not the greatest special effect ever caught on film. The Ten Commandments wasn't just the biggest movie of 1956, but of the 1950s as a whole. It brought in on average about $1 million a week at the box office and wasn't removed from distribution until 1960. For several years, The Ten Commandments, Ben-Hur, and Gone with the Wind competed for box office supremacy, with multiple re-releases that led to tens of millions of dollars more in revenue for all of them. In the end, The Ten Commandments earned over $122 million, about $1.2 billion in today's money. Only a handful of films have out-earned it, including Star Wars and Titanic. And speaking of Star Wars, listen closely to the shofar being played during the Ten Commandments Exodus scene. That sound was reused by George Lucas as the sound of the Ewoks' victory horns in Return of the Jedi. And so here it is, starring Charlton Heston, Yul Brynner, Ann Baxter, Edward G. Robinson, and Lily Munster herself, Yvonne De Carlo. From Cecil B. DeMille and Paramount Pictures, here's 1956's The Ten Commandments.